So for today's video I'm just going to talk to you about something that's coming up an awful lot the last week or two in the nursery. So people have bought hedges and trees maybe last autumn or maybe indeed in the last autumn before that. The grass is starting to grow around them and people are going out trying to control the weeds, but unfortunately they're using trimmers. Now you absolutely cannot use trimmers around trees or hedges. It's an absolute big no-no. The xylem on the phloem is located just beneath the bark on a tree or a hedging plant. Now the xylem on the phloem is responsible this time of the year for bringing up the moisture and bringing up the nutrients. So even a tiny little nick from a strimmer cord is absolutely fatal to the tree or the little hedging plant at this time of the year. So please do not use trimmers around trees. It is just an absolute no-no. The best way to control weeds around trees is simply with your foot. And oftentimes it's actually better to let the grass get nice and long so that it gives you this opportunity to do this. So you go in with your foot and you flatten the grass out like this, away from the tree. And at that point then, in a hedging situation, I'd recommend you get the sheet of plyboard and you hold it up against the hedge. And you use some form of weed control on the grass that is now flattened. So whether you're going to use a Roundup type one or a natural type one, it's your own business. But that's the way you do it. You pull the grass down, you hold a sheet of plyboard up against the hedge, and that gives you the opportunity to spray the grass safely. And you will not do any damage that way. Now there's one tiny little caveat that we have to add this time of the year, is that if the weather is very hot, avoid doing it, because what happens is the chemical evaporates and sometimes it'll damage the underside of the leaf. Now that's easily avoided by doing that either early in the morning or a little bit later in the evening, and just avoid the midday. After you do that, especially in a newly established hedge, remember that scutch grass has been taking a lot of nutrient away from the hedge. So it's always a good idea after you get the grass controlled, and I would recommend you do it on the one day because it just means that that job is done. Put a good handful of the poultry manure around each plant. So thanks for watching.